After decades of waiting, Audi is finally ready to make their Formula One debut, and they're not messing around. The German automotive giant has just dropped the official name for their 2026 F1 team, and it's got some serious financial firepower behind it. Meet the Audi Revolut F1 Team, a partnership that's already turning heads for all the right reasons. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just another car manufacturer throwing money at F1 and hoping for the best. Audi has been methodically building this project since 2022, first as a power unit supplier, then buying into Sauber, and now completely taking over the operation. They're timing their entrance perfectly with F1's new technical regulations in 2026, betting their hybrid expertise from other racing series will give them an edge. The real kicker, they're launching this whole operation in Berlin on January 20th with what they're calling an immersive experience. Translation, Audi is about to show the F1 world they mean business, and everyone else should be paying attention. The story of Audi's F1 journey is actually a masterclass in strategic patience. While other manufacturers have rushed into Formula One only to retreat with their tails between their legs, Audi has been playing the long game since 2022. They didn't just wake up one morning and decide to throw billions at F1. This has been a calculated, methodical takeover that's taken years to execute. It all started when Audi announced they'd be entering as a power unit supplier for 2026. Coinciding with F1's new hybrid regulations. Smart move. Instead of trying to figure out the current complex power units, they positioned themselves for the regulatory reset. But Audi wasn't content with just being an engine supplier. In 2023, they bought a minority stake in Sauber, the Swiss team that's been F1's ultimate survivor, quietly plugging away in the midfield for decades. Then came the full takeover in 2024. Suddenly, Sauber wasn't just getting Audi engines, they were becoming Audi. The transformation has been remarkable to watch. Sauber, who finished dead last in 2023 with 0 points, somehow managed their best 9th place finish in the 21st century this year with 70 points. Coincidence? Hardly. The genius of this approach is that Audi gets to learn F1's brutal lessons on someone else's dime while they build their own infrastructure. They've been studying the grid, understanding the politics, the technical challenges, the financial realities. By the time 2026 rolls around, they won't be F1 rookies making rookie mistakes. And now with Revolut as their title partner, they're bringing serious fintech money into the mix. This isn't just about building fast cars anymore. Audi is positioning themselves to revolutionize how F1 teams operate financially and engage with fans. The Berlin launch isn't just a car reveal, it's Audi announcing they're here to change everything. Now let's talk about why this Audi Revolut partnership is actually a stroke of genius that goes way deeper than just slapping a logo on a car. This is Audi playing 4D chess while everyone else is still figuring out checkers. First, the timing couldn't be more perfect. Revolut isn't just any sponsor, they're a fintech powerhouse that's been disrupting traditional banking across Europe. By 2026, when Audi hits the grid, F1 will be dealing with a completely new financial landscape. The sport is already grappling with cost caps, budget restrictions, and finding new revenue streams. Having a cutting-edge financial technology company as your title partner isn't just smart, it's essential. But here's where it gets really interesting. Revolut isn't just writing checks, they're integrating their entire ecosystem into Audi's operations. Revolut Business handling the team's financial operations means Audi gets access to real-time financial data, instant international transfers, and sophisticated budget management tools that traditional banking simply can't match. In a sport where every millisecond counts, having financial operations that move at digital speed is a massive competitive advantage. The fan engagement angle is equally brilliant. F1 has been desperately trying to crack the code on reaching younger demographics, and Revolut's 45 million users are exactly the tech-savvy, mobile-first audience the sport needs. By offering exclusive app-based benefits and race access through Revolut, Audi is essentially building their own direct pipeline to fans, bypassing traditional media entirely. This partnership also reveals Audi's long-term strategy. They're not just building an F1 team, they're creating a blueprint for how motorsport teams will operate in the digital age. While Mercedes partners with Petronas and Red Bull sticks with traditional energy drinks, Audi is betting on the future of finance itself. The political implications are huge too. F1 teams have always struggled with cash flow, especially smaller operations. Having a fintech giant managing your finances gives Audi unprecedented flexibility in how they structure deals, pay drivers, and manage their budget cap. They could potentially offer performance-based contracts with instant payouts or create entirely new sponsorship models that traditional teams simply can't match. Most importantly, this partnership positions Audi as the tech-forward team on the grid. In an era where F1 is becoming increasingly digital, from car development to fan engagement, having Revolut's technological infrastructure gives Audi a foundation that money alone can't buy. They're not just joining F1, they're showing everyone else what the future looks like. The ripple effects of Audi's arrival are already being felt across the paddock, and frankly, some teams should be worried. When a manufacturer with Audi's resources and Revolut's technological infrastructure enters F1, it doesn't just add another competitor to the grid, it fundamentally shifts the entire competitive landscape. Let's start with the obvious victims. Alpine, who've been struggling to find their identity since Renault's latest rebrand, suddenly look even more lost. They've got manufacturer backing, but none of the strategic clarity that Audi is demonstrating. Aston Martin, despite their Aramco billions and Adrian Newey signing, are still figuring out their long-term power unit strategy. Meanwhile, Audi walks in with their own engines and a fintech partner that makes Aramco look old-fashioned. But the real pressure is on McLaren and Ferrari. These teams have built their brands on heritage and tradition, but Audi is showing that the future belongs to those who embrace technology and innovation. McLaren's Google partnership suddenly looks quaint compared to having an entire fintech ecosystem integrated into your operations. Ferrari's mystique is powerful, but can it compete with Audi's data-driven approach and direct fan engagement through Revolut's 45 million users? The driver market implications are massive too. Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto aren't just getting seats, they're getting access to resources that could make them genuine contenders by 2027. Every driver currently struggling in the midfield is watching this Audi project, wondering if they should have held out for a seat with real manufacturer commitment. Perhaps most importantly, Audi is forcing every team to reconsider their business models. While others rely on traditional sponsorship and prize money, Audi is creating entirely new revenue streams through their Revolut partnership. The message is clear: adapt to the digital age or get left behind. The old ways of running F1 teams are about to become obsolete, and Audi is leading the revolution. Audi isn't just joining Formula One, they're rewriting the rulebook for how modern F1 teams should operate. While other manufacturers have stumbled into the sport with good intentions and deep pockets only to retreat when things got tough, Audi has spent 3 years methodically building the perfect F1 entry strategy. The Revolut partnership isn't just clever marketing, it's a glimpse into the future of motorsport. When your title sponsor is also your financial infrastructure, your fan engagement platform, and your technological backbone, you're not just racing cars anymore, you're operating a completely different kind of business. This is what F1 teams will look like in 10 years, and Audi is getting there first. The January 20th Berlin launch won't just be another car reveal with fancy lights and corporate speeches. It'll be Audi announcing that the old guard's time is up. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, they've all dominated different eras of F1, but none of them saw this coming. The future belongs to teams that understand technology, data, and direct fan engagement. By 2027, we'll look back at this moment as the beginning of F1's next evolution. The question is, are you ready for the Audi era? Let me know in the comments if you think they can actually pull this off.